Hey everybody, welcome to Kidding. Comedians having a baby. We finally have decided on the name of the show.
That honestly, I think took us a longer amount of time than to actually get pregnant. It's what it felt like.
If we put the amount of effort into raising a kid that we put into coming up with a name
then
for the
we're
show,
gonna have a baller kid.
then we're gonna be doing a great job.
Yeah, absolutely.
13 weeks, honey.
13 weeks.
Lemon baby.
Yes, baby is the size of a lemon, and the baby is producing their own white blood cells.
And we've officially entered the second trimester, depending
Yes.
on who you talk to.
Some people consider the beginning of the 14th week the end of the official beginning of the second trimester. Our doctors say the beginning of the 13th week is the end is the beginning of the second trimester. So depends who you talk to.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
I actually think I'm starting to feel a little better. Like I haven't been nauseous today.
Anybody listening to these episodes one after
look,
the
I
other?
have like hair and makeup done today. Like
Right.
I felt like a human today.
Well, look, honey, I always think that you're absolutely ravishing. But anybody watching these episodes in a one after the other is going to jump from like you in a robe going, I fucking hate everything, to like, hi. It's going to be very erratic.
No, I started noticing actually a couple of days ago that I was like, I'm not feeling as much like death.
Yeah.
I'm feeling okay.
Yeah.
And so it really seems like it was like week 7 was when it started to kind of like hit me a little bit in terms of like exhaustion. But I think it was like week 8 is when the nausea really hit for me, which apparently is very normal. But it feels like it's starting to now pull back.
That's great.
I would just love a little bit more of my energy back. That would be great.
Yeah. And your breath is, you're running really low on your breath.
I am. It's like my lung capacity is half of what it is, which is normal. And because like my body is working extra hard right now to produce more blood.
Yeah.
But it's really because like we live in New York City, we walk everywhere. So like walking out of the subway was something that like I had no issue with. But now doing a couple flights of stairs, I'm like, holy crap, I'm done. I need a nap.
I catch myself constantly because you have little legs, so it takes you
legs.
even when you're not pregnant, it takes you like you're like, can you not walk like a maniac? Like, and I'm like, oh, so sorry. And there are times where I'm like, oh, I'm doing that already, and she's pregnant, and like I gotta really slow down.
You gotta slow down for your little pregnant wife right now.
Yeah.
Who I definitely have a pregnancy belly. Like it is definitely there.
Popping in.
It is popping in. Baby is making their presence known. But we've had a bunch of fun things.
Yeah.
We happened this past week. We had a doctor's appointment.
Yes, we did.
We with the Doppler, we heard the heartbeat, and the heartbeat was at 12 weeks 140, which apparently is really healthy, really good, all happy goodness. And we loved our doctor. She was so lovely.
She was so. I mean, okay, like what can something in the middle, because we either get people who are like, all right, you ready?
Yeah.
Or people who are like, pew, 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 give me all your questions. And when I go on TikTok, I like to look at this, but like you know, let me tell you, the science isn't in on like totally jiving. Your energy together, I was like, invite her to the baby shower because this is
her and I'm like, can we be friends now?
yeah.
I really liked her a lot.
Yeah, she's great.
She was lovely. And she also was saying that it looks like she's going to do some work like at a fertility clinic. So like we were talking for a moment, and so we were talking about like my health history, and I was like, I'm a sperm donor, baby. And she was like, oh my God, okay, cool. And so I was like, I'm missing half of my medical history. She was like, okay, no problem, absolutely. And then we told her that we did an IUI, and she was looking at my chart going, I see you did an IUI at a place called, she was like, but I don't recognize the place. Like, why did you pick that? And I was like, okay. And I told her, I was like, this is going to sound so stupid, and it's going to sound really weird, but I'm a like donor conceived activist. I'm considered more of the well-known donor conceived activist.
Yeah.
And she was like, shut up. And I'm like, I know it's really stupid when I say it. And so I started explaining like, this is what I do. So when I was like looking, I found this place, Refuge Midwifery. And I told her, I was like, it's like $300 for an IUI. And they wash the sperm on premise. And she was like, shut up. That's fucking fantastic. And we went on like a rant together about how stupid like the fertility industry is, like on how like high cost it is. And she was definitely like, oh my God, it's so stupid expensive.
It was nice to hear somebody in the field go like, no, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's crazy.
She's like, yeah, no, it's insane what it costs.
Yeah, because like we're used to kind of feeling like they're part of it.
Yeah.
You know, even if they don't say anything, we have no reason to know that. We're kind of like, okay, they just can't control control what the financial side
I told
of
her,
it.
I was like, I cannot recommend them enough. They're so lovely. I texted Victoria and I sent her the sonogram we just did.
Yeah,
And she was
Victoria
like,
was our midwife.
Victoria was
Yeah.
our midwife. Absolutely lovely. And so I texted her the sonogram photo today, and she was just like, I can't believe it's been 13 weeks. And I'm like, I know. It's been 13 weeks since you told me my cervix was rad.
So we had that.
We had the doctor, and everything seems all good. We did some more blood tests, and then today we had a big sonogram. There was a particular term for the sonogram we did today. It started with an N.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember it, but it looked like a baby.
Yeah. We got to see for the first time a not like prop in a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
You know, we get it, our child is growing. It's working. It's
The baby was moving, and apparently their legs were sitting in like crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was like, yeah, they're sitting cross-legged right now. And I was like, oh, that's so cute.
I mean, every single thing. I was hanging on every word. She was like, I see 2 arms, and I was like, yes. Like 2 legs, yes. Like I was just.
Well, I loved when she was like showing us essentially the brain scan.
Yeah.
And we could literally did like this, like it was almost like slices, like an MRI of the baby's brain. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, we're seeing. I actually was talking to your mom about this. There was a point. I know it's all necessary, and I know that it's all medical, and we're taking measurements, and it's important. It felt invasive to me at some point because
you were so cute.
Well, because
you
like
were so cute.
she's digging in and going like, let's see if we can get this angle and this angle, and move your arm, and hey, here's what the brain looks like, and like I'm like looking at there's a part of me where I was kind of like, this is all information that I want, but also like excuse me. Like my baby is in their room right now, you know, like let them, I don't know. It was a weird, but
you are going to be so overprotective. Oh
I don't know
my
what you're talking
God.
about. But I loved, it's so funny how
Am
you
I
and
going to be the cool parent? Am I going to be the cool?
For a little bit.
This is what I think is going to happen. I think you're going to be the cool parent in their younger years. I'm going to be the cool parent in their teenage years.
Yeah, I'm going to be the cool parent who gets on the floor with them, like without a second thought, you know, and does the goofy thing that's like, you know,
You do that with the dog, yeah.
But then when that becomes uncool and they start to really taste your baking, then it's going to be all over. But I love in getting the sonogram, you and I are hanging on.
I think when your impressions and sound effects don't fix boo-boos anymore, I think that's really what it's.
As long as they fix boo-boos for a few years.
Yeah.
In the sonogram, the fact that you and I are hanging on every word that she's saying, and for her, it's her job, and she's nice, but she's kind of
nice,
like,
but
you
she
know,
was just like, yeah, here's
this
my job,
and this and this, and we're just kind of like, so 2 arms. And she's like, you know, da, 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 da.
She was like, here's the umbilical cord. The red and blue shows the blood that's running. I'm like, is it everything okay?
Is it supposed to be red and blue?
Is it supposed to be? Is it all? And she was like, yeah, no, everything looks good. Everything looks fine. And I'm like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, this is the brain. I'm like, is the brain look okay?
Yeah. I mean, she also asked at the beginning, like, is this your first pregnancy? So like I would just tell, again, everybody who's in this field, you are dealing with people who are nervously awaiting to hear about the health.
Nothing.
We know nothing. You are showing us our child for the first time. Like a little bit of like, gonna set this up right now. Everything's looking good, just so you know. Now I'm gonna say some techno babble that you're not gonna really understand, but trust me, this is all.
But the sonogram had warm gel.
Yes, it did. So you were like,
so nice.
Yeah,
I was like, I felt so luxurious.
Yes, you did.
With my warm gel today. That was lovely.
So we got a better look at our baby.
We saw the baby moving around.
The baby was hopping. The baby was jumping.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like MC Hammer in a 90s music video.
I mean, you've
like
already decided our baby's an athlete.
100%. And the nose, we got to see by a profile.
It is very clear. This is my baby. I saw that nose and was like, oh, child,
Which was great.
You got my nose, babe.
Because, okay, we are the most annoying couple in the world when we get lovey-dovey and we start talking about what parts of the baby we want. Like I want the baby to have your nose. No, I want the baby to have your nose. Can the baby have your eyes? I want the baby to have your eyes. We're so gross, but I am very glad the baby has your nose.
I will say, like, I hated my nose when I was younger, but I grew to love it. It took me a minute. And so, but now hopefully, I can help the child at a much younger age love their features and their nose. And that will be, it's not going to be hopefully it's not going to be as much of an issue for them as it was for me.
This experience, seeing the baby and like a side by side of the last sonogram we got and August 1st to now, which was like 25 days later. Yeah. The world of growth that this baby has done has made me really like.
Baby's working hard.
I know that like this whole process is one thing, documenting the creation of life, but it really hit me hard today. What's actually happening? Like, well, you built a brain, honey.
Are you intimidated?
Yes. You're saying that jokingly. Yes.
Okay, good. I will, because I am building a brain, will this involve me getting more presents?
Yes.
Okay.
More foot rubs?
Yes.
Because we got to get that brain. I mean, it's
I didn't get a foot rub last night.
No, but you got special like massage scritches.
But I just want to make this very clear. You said
goodness.
when I got pregnant, I would get foot rubs every day. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I just would like to
then I have a lot of foot rubs to make up
of your initial promises.
Something that I thought was really funny that didn't happen this week, but happened in the past. I think when we were getting the follicles looked at originally. Was we walked into the waiting area or like the room, and the nurse who brought us in one time went, every time the guy goes over and sits in the chair and the woman sits on the operating chair, and we were kind of like, what?
Like, aren't I supposed to sit in the exam chair?
She didn't clarify that there was something that we should have done.
I'm like, I feel like I'm about to have a wand shoved up me.
Yeah.
Aren't I supposed to, like, wouldn't it be weird if my husband sat on the exam chair? Wouldn't it be kind of weird?
And weird coincidence, every time we've done that, those end up being the chairs we were supposed to sit in.
Yeah, I think that was, I want to know, what did we miss? It felt like we were in a wrong conversation, or we missed the first half of the conversation.
Right.
It was like, okay.
You know what I think it is?
Yeah.
And this is something that you and I deal with a lot. And this is going to be me being a little holier than thou to...
Oh, no.
As a comedian, we are used to surrounding ourselves with very high level comic, like people who just know comedic timing, know how to throw a joke in.
Honestly, really good communicators.
Sure. And I feel like every now and then when we as comedians are dealing with like people who maybe that's not their first strong suit and they're trying, like to them, this is a joke. And you and I are just kind of like, wait.
Do you remember? Okay, I don't want to say exactly like when it was, but we were. This was recently. You and I were doing some work, and this guy tried to make a joke with me. Like, he tried to joke with me, and I just looked, and it was such a stupid fucking joke. And do you remember me just blank staring at him?
Oh yeah. There are times where I will watch you.
You will just watch me, just like.
You can't even, there's nothing there. Like,
I can't fake laugh.
No.
At all. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. I can't, not even to like be polite. I can't fake laugh at someone's jokes.
For someone
but that's something, like, if I laugh at your joke, that means I mean it.
Right. No, your laugh is a very valuable laugh to get. I laugh at everything.
You're so cute.
You're so cute and bubbly in life, but when it comes to like someone straight up going like, hey, ready? Haha. You're just kind of like, mm-hmm. and to get a Laura laugh is like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's rare. But no,
what was the first thing that I think I got you to laugh at was when I did an impression of a fly. And I was just like,
Oh, that-
"Bzzz," and then I just did the hands just going.
That was so. That wasn't the first time you made me laugh.
Okay.
No. You made me absolutely laugh. Well, you made me laugh the first time I saw you was when you were doing stand up.
Okay.
So I absolutely laughed at your stand up. That was the first time.
The Fly was the first one where I remember going like, yes.
You definitely made me laugh before that. You definitely did. But I'm glad that. But I'll happily take that. But that was so funny. That physicalization of the Fly I thought was like so cute, and just adorably funny. But we also did another big thing. We went shopping for strollers. Okay,
shopping is a loaded phrase there.
We were more bullied.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went. We can say the place, right? Like that's fine.
I wouldn't. It's just to cover our bases.
So we went. We'll say this. It was in New Jersey.
It was a high-end baby store. It was a high.
It was not high-end.
It thought it was.
It thought it was. Just because you have a couple of expensive things doesn't mean you're high-end.
Well, I mean, but the energy of the employees.
The energy of the employees was they were trying to sell us a 1980s Subaru.
Yeah. So we walk in, and there's a first guy who's kind of like almost like a furniture store, like, hey, if you need any help, let me know. You know, my name is Bill. Blah 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 blah. And then we keep walking, and we walk towards the back because we wanted to kind of look at and start to price.
Well, because we first were looking at like cribs. Cribs are fucking huge.
Yeah.
They're like boats.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is the baby gonna do? Like, this is bigger than my first apartment.
Yeah.
This wouldn't fit in my first apartment. So, and then we walked back, and then we went into the strollers.
Because we were very curious. Let's start looking at strollers and see what we like, see what we want.
My favorite. Okay, so it was you, me, and my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last time my mother was shopping for strollers was in 1988.
Mm-hmm.
And so strollers have changed slightly. My favorite thing about shopping was watching my mom just in awe of all the new technology.
I mean, even just the fabric, like the material that the changing stations on top of the cribs were made of.
She was like, they didn't have this when you were a baby.
Yeah, this didn't exist.
This didn't exist. She was so, it was so cute watching her.
Cute.
Like look at all like the new high-tech chairs. We saw some bassinets, and one of the bassinets wasn't a snoo, but it was kind of like a snoo-esque thing.
Yeah.
It was a bassinet like with all mesh sides, and it would like move, rock, vibrate and stuff. And my mom was looking at it like, what the? She was like, Laura, look at this. She was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
And she was just like amazed, like the car seats. She was like, they look like space shuttles. I was saying that the car seats kind of look like what Kal-El was sent to Earth in.
Yeah. It's just like in a cornfield in Kansas, this opens up, and it's
that's
like
what it looks.
Yeah,
some of those car seats look like.
Yeah.
But we got to the stroller section, and we were just kind of like picking a stroller.
Playing.
We're literally
putzing
just
around.
putzing around,
Yeah.
and we're playing, and we're just going like woo. And like it felt there was one stroller brand first that we were trying out that like it had almost like car stitching on it.
Yeah.
And it felt like I was driving a Mercedes. Like it was just like the wheel turn, the stitching, the leather. Like it was like, oh shit.
You're absolutely right. They were trying to like copy the the elegance and precision of a four-wheel drive. You know, that vibe of like buying a car in a baby stroller.
It did. And then so we were playing with that one, and we're looking at it going like, okay, this is a pretty big hulking stroller.
Yeah.
We live in New York City. We do have to think about like we're driving this thing in the fucking city. So then we kind of grabbed one that was like a little smaller, and we're like, oh, that's kind of an interesting thought. And then this salesman with a wireless mic comes up to us, and he's like, you don't want that. That's a bad, you don't want. And I'm like, if it's a bad stroller, then why is it in the store? Right. But he was just like, where do you live? Where do you live? Where do you live? And I'm like, we live in New York City. And he's like, where? What neighborhood? And it was just like, and he was like, yeah, you don't want that. That's the wrong stroller for you. You want this one over here.
Yeah.
And it was just so intense. It basically felt like, see, that stroller you can buy if you want to be a bad parent. Do you love your child? Do you love them? Then you buy this stroller.
And
those are the strollers for the parents who don't love their kids.
By the time he got that far into it, there were already like 3 other new like couples waiting to talk to him because he's the guy.
Apparently.
And we're kind of like, oh, okay, cool, awesome, great. Thank you, good information. 5 seconds later, he's doing a live demonstration with his wireless mic onto a speaker system, and there's like 30 like couples watching him go like, now this is what you got to make sure. It was very like, what is it going to take to get you into this today?
Into the stroller.
And it was just like, bro, man.
This is so much energy, dude.
A big red flag for me. You can be right.
Well, and he also said, he was like, you can never spend enough money on your kid. He was like, more expensive is always better.
He did straight up say that,
He
which
did
I'm
straight
sorry.
up.
That's
Red flag.
That's literally what you hear in a multi-level marketing campaign.
It really
You know,
is. I'm like, bro, this is a fucking stroller. We're not at Mary Kay. Chill it out.
Yeah. So the idea that like I'm never going to respond well to this is wrong. Wrong. You picked wrong. I'm never going to, even if you're right, even if you'd like to communicate, hey, I have a different suggestion for you. I'm never, as a customer, ever going to respond to like, I didn't ask you, dude.
I have lived next to New Jersey my entire life. I've gone into New Jersey my entire life. Like New Jersey was always just a hop, skip, and a jump for me. I've never met somebody who was more like, I was like, this is the stereotypical New Jersey that I always heard about in TV shows. Like this is what it was like that the jokes were about. I'm like, you are literally, I'm like, you are the most of the joke I have ever heard.
Yeah, he's watching The Sopranos every day right before he comes to work.
Yeah, no, he's just injecting it. It like freaking, like he's like burning the Sopranos DVD, putting it in his arm. And he's just like, all right, Tony energy, let's go.
So we kept looking. Our favorite part of the stroller section was they had an area where you could walk across different terrain.
Which I thought was actually really nice. It had like a wood paneling, a gravel, a cobblestone,
so you can
grass.
see, so you can feel. And they also had weighted babies.
This wasn't a baby doll. This was a weighted baby.
Yeah.
I gotta say, some of the carriers that they now have like are fucking intense.
Yeah.
They seem to be, I'm like, I feel like a lot of the carriers that we were seeing was like, it's gonna like suffocate the baby.
Well, we tried to, one of those front carriers, we tried to put it on me, and we legitimately could not. If you
figure it out.
If you can't immediately tell which direction is front.
I'm sorry, but Houdini getting out of the straitjacket is easier than trying to figure out one of those goddamn front carriers.
Yeah. We were kind of like, I don't think the buckle is supposed to go across my face. It was, I'm ready for that. I am realizing that when it comes to baby stuff, I feel like the energy now is like a lot of options and a lot of like cranks and bells and whistles and things you can pull for this. And it's like, I am going to like simplicity done well. I want a stroller that has one big button that you press to condense everything down, not 9 different adjustment things. I don't need that.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that we were, I think that was what we left the store with, was we need something simple because, again, we live in New York City. This is something we are going to be cruising in our tight grocery stores with small aisles. This isn't suburbia. We are going to be cruising in on the sidewalks and all those things. So I do think that the big tanks of the strollers, I'm like, I see that being great for suburbs, but for us, I'm like, I don't think that that's going to work for where we live.
Yeah. And I want something that's going to be high quality.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine. Look, I'm going to have a child in New York City. I'm not going to be comfortable. The idea of spending like $2,000 on an ergonomic thing as if that's gonna make my day, I'm gonna forget about that immediately. I want a stroller that's nice, that works, that makes me feel like, I can move it. But I don't need something that I feel like is gonna like define me as a person.
You don't need a stroller to also have AI in it.
Yeah.
Which I think like one of them, it was like a smart stroller. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Does it change the baby's diaper?
One of them, like you press the brake button at the bottom to unlock the brakes, and like red lights turned on. on. I'm like, there's batteries? Like, what is going on? Yeah.
It definitely felt, I mean, it was cool in some ways, like, ooh, this is fancy. But it did feel a little like overkill. It felt like the one thing that I will say the salesman said that I thought was very interesting was he said, because you're in New York City and you're going to have uneven terrain, you really need to look at the width of the tires. You need nice big tires to ensure that like the baby's going to be comfortable. And I was like, okay, I can do that. That makes sense to me in my brain.
Yeah.
So we're looking for, if anyone has any stroller suggestions, we're looking.
We reached out to a couple of friends that we have who do have kids, half kind of going, hint, hint, do you still have yours and you're not using it?
My God.
But
like do you want to get, are you planning on having another? We will buy it.
Do you want to spend no money and do better than everybody who spent money on our registry immediately? Just give us your $2,000 stroller.
I will pay money for it. Yeah. Absolutely. Or we'll rent it from you and then give it back when you want to have your second. The stroller is just fucking crazy pants. Yeah. But we did leave the store knowing we're buying one item.
Yes, we did.
It's a chair. It's a rocking chair. And literally, and it was the funniest thing in the world because like my mother was like, we're getting this chair. Right. Like my mom's like, I'm getting this chair.
Okay, so let's set the stage. You know how anytime you walk into a furniture store, anytime you have a hot minute, even if you're not looking for chairs, you're not, but there's chairs. And so you sit in one and you're like, wee, you sit in another one, you go like, the first one was better. You always do that.
Yeah.
It was a cloud.
It's a big ass chair. Mm-hmm. Like it was like big arm. Ooh, I missed that. Big arms. It was nice and wide, and you could plug in your USB. You pressed a button, and it automatically reclined.
Real easy swivel.
My mom's not a recliner lady. That's never been her vibe. I have never seen her fall, and she was just like, "No, fuck it." We're buying this. We're buying this. She was we're buying 5. She's like one in every room, and And it was so funny. But it was the greatest chair in the world. And we're just like, okay, we're making room for it.
Guess so, yeah.
I think like that's my mom. I think the chair is my mother's retirement plan.
That is really funny that like in a baby store where like in the back, dozens of mothers and husbands were like dealing with like, like strollers and da-da-da-da. Meanwhile, we're just hanging out in a chair and just kind of going like, which fabric pattern do you like?
Oh, we picked out we were looking at fabric swatches and everything. That was great. Loved it. Loved the fucking chair. We found another baby surplus store in Manhattan because there's like really like Bye Bye Baby is gone. Mm-hmm. Toys R Us Baby is gone. There's really not, and we're not going to go to fucking Target. So there's not too many options. So we are looking. Yeah. At least I should say in our area. Maybe somewhere else, maybe you have more options than we do.
And the problem with Amazon, besides the morality of Amazon, the problem is that like, even if something looks great, we've all had experiences where you buy something and it doesn't feel right. But
with a stroller, you kind of really need to like touch and feel.
With a lot of baby stuff, I feel like I need to get it in my hands. I can't get it in the mail and go, well, this is the one.
I don't want to bring the baby home and we're whipping out these bottles for the first time and I'm like, oh fuck, I hate this shit.
Yeah.
I am feeling, certain things and going like, this is icky. I don't like it.
And the chair is a perfect example of like when you can touch it, you make the purchase. You're like, this is it.
I think it's one of the saddest parts of the end of like brick and mortar stores because I'm like, there's a lot of things where it's like, no, you kind of really need to like go touch and feel and be tactile with the thing before you buy it. Not everything can be online. Right. I mean, I can't buy shoes online. My feet are fucking weird. I have to go to the store and try on shoes.
Yeah. I get upset. Like I found really good hush puppies once at like an outlet. And they were great, and I kind of wanted to buy...
You are such a grandpa.
Excuse me.
You are such a grandpa.
Excuse me, this was a fabulous purchase. This is now more money I can spend on the baby because I bought it at an outlet store.
When did you buy your Hush Puppies, honey?
Like 5 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even let me finish the story. The story could have been, and I ended up buying you flowers because I had all this extra money.
Yeah, but was that the end of the story?
No,
yeah.
but you're
so now you just told me I could have had hypothetical flowers, and now you have taken away hypothetical
You're
flowers.
yelling on the podcast.
I'm
You're
yelling.
Yeah, you're yelling.
I'm yelling. Oh, okay.
So to round things out, I would like to say that I am very intimidated by the world and the culture of baby, of the things you need to buy for the baby. And I do feel like I want to defer very much because you have a great head for this sort of thing already. You've done the research. You're like, we're getting this crib.
5 years of nannying.
Yeah. And
under my belt definitely helps.
And I do not feel comfortable going like, well, hold on, honey. I think I know. Like, I have a better idea. But the little now that I have done of like stepping out and going like, hi, I'm interested in a purchase. I'm already like, this is too much energy. It's like dog parent energy. I love my dog. I love being a dog parent. But when I go to like dog parks, the energy of dog people, I'm kind of like, okay, this is.
I love dogs, but dog parents can be a lot.
I'm just kind of like that. Cool.
I can understand why people like. I was watching this rant on TikTok about somebody going like having a rant against dog parents, and they're like, "Look, I'm not a fan of dogs," which I'm like,
all right, red flag.
Red flag. But what they were saying though made sense. They were like, they were like, you not everywhere is for your dog.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, I completely agree with that. I know that. I'm not expecting to bring my dog in everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm very aware of that.
So moral of the story, make sure we keep our kid on a leash.
Absolutely. I mean, look, okay, here's the thing. And I do keep this in the back of my head. I always judge the kids on leashes. I always do. But I'm also like, I also like never want to say it out loud because I'm like, I just don't want to eat those words of knowing suddenly like, fuck, we need to put our kid on the leash. We have a runner.
That's a great question. What do you think is going to be the thing or a possible thing that you look back 5 years from now and you go, I was so wrong. And it's not something I didn't have an opinion about. I thought it was going to be this thing with parenting, and it turns out I was so wrong.
I mean, we really want to keep our kid away from screens for at least 2 years. That's the one I'm really scared of, that I'm going to eat my words.
Do you
That's
know what
the
I need
big
to do?
one.
I need to say that in front of parents. I need to say, we have this thing where we'd like to, and I want to see their reaction, because if they go, yeah, then I'm going to be like, so this is not realistic at all.
I do think it is realistic. I want to, for at least the first year, potentially longer as well, but definitely the first year, no like added sugar.
Yeah.
No, like I don't want to feed my kid chocolate. For the first year. I don't know when I would feel comfortable introducing that to the kid, but that's manageable. Like when I was babysitting, and nannying, that's an easy thing. Honestly, the hardest part, in my opinion, about not giving your kid added sugar in the first year is pressure from grandparents. Is pressure from other people. I remember I was babysitting this kid. I loved her. She was so sweet. Such a good little baby. And she celebrated her first birthday, and the mom, made it very clear that she was like, I don't want to give her added sugar in the first year. And for a little bit, she was like, and I was like, absolutely, I totally agree. And then it was her first birthday, and everything's great. And I can't remember if it was her mom or there was a grandma. And she was like, aren't you going to give her some birthday cake? And she's like, no, I'm not giving her birthday cake. But she's like, but it's her birthday. And it's like, she's 1 year old. Yeah. Giving her cake for the very, ma'am, it's like, it's really understandable. Not to give a 1 year old a whole fucking slice of cake.
Again, but that's tied to what we've talked about before, which reaching out and touching people's bellies and saying I hope it's a girl. This idea of
can we talk about fucking the sex of the baby for a sec?
Yeah.
I cannot tell people enough. I cannot tell people enough how much of a good idea it is. This is what Dave and I are doing. either do one or two things. Don't find out the sex of the baby. Don't find it out, or just don't tell people.
Yeah.
I cannot suggest this enough. People are fucking weird when it comes to the sex of your baby. It's weird.
Yeah, we've talked about it. That like people going
every week, someone says some new fucking shit about the sex of our baby, about their like. I can't tell you enough how it is. I'm so glad we made this decision.
Yeah. Well, we brought it up recently to somebody, the fact that we don't want to tell people, and they reacted like, well, what are you supposed to do with the color of the clothes?
Well, they're like, well, how do you know how to dress? How will you know how to dress them?
And we very, very quickly were just kind of like, yeah, there's other colors, and
also the baby won't care.
And the baby doesn't care.
Baby doesn't give a shit.
And for me, I think it's about showing very quickly and succinctly, oh, that's not something we care about.
Yeah.
And if you're ever talking to somebody about their baby and you have a very fierce opinion, be it like they should have cake or whatever it is.
Whatever opinion you have about somebody else's baby, shut your yap.
Or bring it up, but read the energy of the parent. Because if the parent goes, that's not something I give a shit about, then that's their world.
Unless the parent is being fucking abusive.
Right.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Like, it's just genuinely like, shut the fuck up. It's, I have to say, like, I am getting, like, as a future parent, I am getting, like, even more disgusted by our obsession with, like, the reproductive organs of your child. Like, it is so creepy how everyone's obsessed with fucking genitals.
Yep.
Oh my God. It's really weird.
Yep.
Everybody is. And I'm just like, y'all are kind of icky. And this is, I don't like it. Like, it's, I cannot suggest enough if you are somebody who wants to step away from the binary. And if you're somebody who are like, I don't believe in gender roles, if you're like, we kind of want to do a little bit more of like kind of like a gender neutral vibe, I cannot suggest enough either not finding out the sex of the baby or just not telling anybody. Yeah. Either one, it makes everything easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And just watch people's reactions because it's fucking entertaining.
They can't
handle it.
They can't handle it.
They can't fucking handle it.
It reminds me a lot of the stuff with our wedding planning, where it's like, stuff that doesn't matter to us when we're planning our wedding. But yeah, go ahead and tell somebody else that you're not going to do a traditional wedding cake, and watch them go. Watch someone who you've never discussed cake with before and watch them go, but hold on.
Yeah.
Tradition.
Well, with my first wedding, I got some flack that like I wasn't going to do a bouquet toss because I was like, no, I find it. I personally, you don't have to, and that's perfectly fine. I find the bouquet toss to be kind of misogynistic. I find it to be kind of sexist. And I was just like, I find it, I just don't, I don't like, I don't know. I feel like it's like, and I realized like I was getting married, I was at my wedding, but I felt like it's one of those things where it's one of those things upholding that it is a woman's number one job to get married. And I was like, I'm not buying into that. But I got a lot of shit for not wanting to do that.
So yeah, we are in the second trimester. How do you feel more generally about the progress that we've made so far and how far we are along in the process? Is it taking longer than you thought? Is it taking a shorter amount of time?
The days are long, the weeks are short.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. It feels like the days are very, very long and, oh my gosh, running out of breath, so tired, have to get this done. Oh my gosh, I'm out of energy. But then when we get back to the next Sunday, I'm like, holy shit. What new fruit is the baby?
Yeah.
So this week it's a lemon, next week is going to be an orange. And it's like for lemon, it was like, holy shit, that's a thing. Like I can hold a lemon in like that. That's a real tangible. This isn't a little poppy seed anymore. It's not a sesame seed. It's a fucking lemon.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's.
We can make lemonade now.
Let's not. Watching the baby kick today.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised you don't feel it because the baby's big and that was a big kick.
We found out I have a posterior polenta.
Yes, yeah, posterior. Yeah,
polenta.
yeah.
Posterior.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are posterior polenta. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I have a posterior. I think that's the right word. Placenta. If I'm saying that wrong, please correct me. And apparently, because of that, I potentially am going to feel the baby kick earlier. She was saying it could be as early as 18 weeks when I feel the baby kick. So right now we're at 13 weeks, so we got 5 more to go.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that. I'm very
you say
excited.
That now. I mean, again, I believe everybody probably has this experience where it's like you desperately want to feel the baby kick so you know everything is working. And then, a couple of months later, it's like, give me 5 minutes, please.
I know my mom didn't feel that way. She always loved it. She always liked feeling me doing somersaults and everything. Like it made her feel good. But I don't know. Like we'll see. I mean, maybe at 3 a.m. when I'm desperate to go to sleep and the baby is doing gymnastics. All right, kid, let's play the quiet game.
Yeah.
Can we try that?
How have you been sleeping?
I'm okay. I'm definitely rolling around.
I love how I'm asking you on the podcast, like as if I don't ask you every day anyway.
And also, you're also like not in the bed with me, feeling me constantly roll around.
Yep.
We got a pillow that I do think really helps. It's a J shape. I like that. If you don't want to get the big giant fucking like OC thing, I got one that's a J. So it's like a half of one. I really like it. I have figured out like a couple of positions that really work. So I'm enjoying that one. What I did find out, and I have found it to be very true, is it's very common for pregnant people to dream a lot more and have like more vivid memories because we don't get into deep sleep as much. So we're in REM sleep, which is where you dream more. And I have found that to be very true. I am actively dreaming way more.
Interesting.
Intensely. I'm not having nightmares, knock on wood. My dreams are very adventurous and very vivid.
I'm not sure if we've talked about this yet on the podcast, but you said something that really struck me a while ago, which was there's like a good horror movie that just came out, and you were like, I don't want to go because I don't want scared vibes.
I don't know.
I'm fascinated by that.
There might be like, this is something where this is just in my pregnancy head. There might not be any single truth to this whatsoever, but I don't really want to watch a horror. Like, I don't want to watch something that is going to make me scared.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried that like the scared hormones are going to go into the baby.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
That's such a cute, like an amazing thought to have.
I might be totally making that up.
But I love it.
That's not based on anything scientific whatsoever. Did I unplug something?
I don't think so. And
okay.
And when you said that, I was like, oh, totally understand. I just think it's really interesting.
I want to watch movies like Bambi.
Yeah.
And
the second half of Bambi.
The second half of Bambi. Or I want to watch like Galaxy Quest or I don't know, just like dumb fucking comedies. Like let's watch Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
Like just fun comedies right now. Just get happy serotonin into the baby.
We got to watch Birdcage again.
Baby hasn't heard Birdcage yet.
Baby has not heard Birdcage.
We should do that the week that the baby's ears start that the baby can hear in utero.
Yep.
Sorry. Oh my gosh. No, that should be the first movie.
Yeah, we should watch Birdcage. That should be the first thing that the baby hears.
And that should actually be the first movie the baby watches. Like, we just have it in the background.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, it really should be Birdcage. It's like, no. We are culturing the fuck out of you, kid.
Well, we were also thinking about what song do we want to be the first song that the baby hears when
Here Comes the Sun.
Here Comes the Sun is what we decided, which I think is good.
I think that's a solid choice.
Yeah.
That I feel like you can't really go wrong with that one.
Yeah.
It's nice and gentle, happy. It's good vibes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I feel like that's a good, solid choice on our part.
I'd be very curious to see how else that feeling manifests, that of like not wanting scary vibes. Like, does that translate to music or cursing or anything else where you're kind of like, I don't want this energy right now.
I'm sure it's
and
going to happen.
And there's no scientific reason. It's just,
thank God we're living in a nice, easygoing time where there's nothing politically happening.
It's stress-free. Stress-free.
It's totally fine. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's all good. I didn't, pack a bug out bag or anything. We're good. Yeah, I think I'm consuming enough negativity from the news that I'm like everything else. I'm like, maybe we should focus on getting on the rest should be nice and happy.
Yeah.
keeping it cute and light and being like, hey, pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, let's keep it nice and light.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I love that. Well, I think we've pretty much covered everything that's happened this week. Big week. I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I cannot tell you how just like jazzed it made me to kind of see the baby.
It was, and the baby really looked like it wasn't a lima bean anymore. It was like this was a baby. And it was so amazing. And we've got all the sonograms on the fridge right now.
Yep.
And yeah.
And we are moving. What is the next doctor's appointment that we have? Is the next one?
Late September.
Late September. Okay,
It's like,
so we got a little bit.
The 25th or something. It's like something like that. So we have a little bit of time before the next one.
We're gonna tour the.
Well, and the next doctor's appointment, I want to specifically ask the doctor if they have any recommendations of birth classes that we should look into.
Mm-hmm.
I've officially gone through all of our paperwork that they gave us about the hospital, about like birthing there and all of that. So I've gone through it now. We've also done a lot more research on exactly where we're giving birth and the food options around.
Yeah.
Looks like a great deli. Some tacos are nearby, which I'm like, okay, we're going to make this work. Yeah, it's feeling good. It's feeling neat.
I don't know if I don't know how often I say this on the podcast, but I love you very much, and I'm incredibly proud of you.
I love you too, and I'm very proud of what your penis did.
Yeah.
Yeah, very proud. It
With
did a
some
good
help.
job. Mm-hmm. Well, yes, with some help. Yeah, Victoria.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a threesome. Like,
kind of was.
Kind of, yeah.
Sort of was.
Lamest threesome ever, but you did get
She told
You
me
get a
my cervix
compliment.
was rad. Like
Yeah.
that's a winner.
That's a win. That's a
win
win.
in my
Okay.
book. Okay, it's a compliment I didn't know I wanted, but my God, I needed. Like it was fantastic.
So thank you so much for watching and listening. We appreciate it so much. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about the show. I do believe we'll be starting to drop these soon, so you'll be seeing them, and we will be please send us a
We
comment.
will officially. Okay, so we're filming this right now on August 25th.
Yeah.
Later this week is going to be we're probably going to publicly announce that I'm pregnant.
So we'll drop all these episodes, so we will have them ready to
Yes.
go. So please like, share, subscribe, but tell people, comment, let us know, ask us questions, tell us how you feel about things, stroller recommendations. We will talk about them on the podcast. We'd love your interaction.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. You can follow me, Dave Colombo, and all the stuff. Just Google it.
At Laura High Five.
And we'll see you next time on Kidding.